The birth of a new year is a time of reflection and resolution, when hope and inspiration fill the air. We dream about what this upcoming year holds in store for us and how we can make the rest of our life the best of our life. We all have ideas, ambitions, and aspirations that we yearn to bring to fruition, and the new year gives us permission to revisit these goals and breathe new life into them. And for a brief moment, everything is crystal clear. We see our purpose and our path with vivid clarity. However, there's an underlying frustration that accompanies this time period as well. If we reflect honestly, we often realize that our New Year's resolutions are awfully similar to those of last year, and the year before, and the year before. Because we have brief moments of inspiration, but they soon fade into oblivion, only to be resuscitated for a few more days the next year in the hopes that somehow this year might be different. However, there's another option, a way to actually make this year different. By truly understanding this time of year and fully tapping into its powerful themes, we can turn what was previously fleeting inspiration into lasting and eternal change. Elul and Rosh Hashanah center around the concept of Teshuva, and Parshas Nitzavim is clearly linked to this theme as well. The Psukim in Nitzavim discuss the theme of Teshuva and the importance of choosing life, choosing what is right, and connecting ourselves back to Hashem. As Parshas Nitzavim is connected to the transition from Elul to Rosh Hashanah, let's delve into the concept of Teshuva. The Rambam discusses the three-step process of Teshuva. First, one must reflect on their past and acknowledge that a problem exists. One must then transition into the present and strongly feel the pain of their mistake, regretting it wholeheartedly. And finally, one must look towards the future and resolve to never commit the same mistake again. This three-step guide is the practical process of Teshuva. However, the essence of Teshuva is the deep foundation for these three steps, and understanding this essence is the key to truly transforming ourselves through these three steps. Genuine Teshuva is not just about self-transformation, it's about self-expression, returning to your true and higher self. As the Gemara states, while we were in the womb, we were in a perfect and transcendent state of being, and a malach, an angel, teaches us kol ha-Torah kula, all of Torah. And as the Vilna Gaon explains, this refers to the deepest realms of Torah, a transcendent Torah that lies far beyond this world, beyond the confines of space and time. This Torah is the very root of reality, and you were granted complete understanding of its every detail. And not only were you shown this level of Torah, but you also learned your specific share of Torah. You were shown your unique purpose in the world and how your unique role fits into the larger scheme of the human story as a whole. You were given a taste of your own perfection, of what you could, should, and hopefully will become. And from this transcendent realm, you were birthed into the physical world with the mission to actualize everything you were shown in the womb, while in your perfect primordial state. So in essence, your job in this world is not to create yourself, but rather recreate yourself, to re-attain your original state of perfection as you were shown by the Malach. And this time, however, it must be done through free will, by choosing to become great. Only by overcoming challenge and difficulty, only by asserting your willpower, can you fulfill your true potential. Teshuva literally means return. In essence, our entire life is a story of Teshuva, returning to our original, higher, and true self. And the shofar is a wake-up blast, meant to shake us from our stupor and return us to our true self. When we hear the shofar's piercing cry, we yearn to return to our source, to our higher selves. The word shofar shares the root with lishaper, to perfect and beautify. And strikingly, it also shares the root with mei shafir, the amniotic fluid which surrounds the fetus while in the womb. When we blow the shofar, we're reminded to improve and perfect ourselves, to return to our fetal state of perfection we once knew, to return to our true selves. And there are three stages of genuine Teshuva. The first is individual Teshuva, where we return to our higher selves, our fetal selves, our true selves. And the second stage of Teshuva goes beyond the limited self, turning the focus from individual to community. At root, all of Klal Yisrael, all of the Jewish people, is one, an interconnected self. Each of our individual neshamas are part of a bigger whole, like individual cells that make up a single human body. An essential aspect of the experience of the world to come, Olam Haba, is experiencing yourself as part of Klal Yisrael, as part of your true collective reality. And this is the second stage of Teshuva, returning to our collective self, to the single soul of Klal Yisrael. And the third stage of Teshuva is returning to our absolute root and source, to the source of all sources, to Hashem himself. The Nefesh HaChaim refers to Hashem as the Neshama Shel Neshamas, the soul of all souls. Hashem is the root of existence, the absolute root of all our souls. Our entire journey through life is about sourcing our existence back to Hashem. This is the ultimate Teshuvah. And the Gemara in Kedushin explains that Hashem created Teshuvah before creating the world itself. And this is not merely a chronological description, this is a fundamental principle. Teshuvah is the root of this world. All of existence is created with the purpose of returning to its source, to fully reflect its absolute root, Hashem himself. So may we be inspired to fully actualize all three forms of Teshuvah this Rosh Hashanah and seal ourselves in the book of life, the book of true existence.